Hi everyone, welcome to Tabletop Escapades. This is gonna be a difficult episode for a number of reasons.
This is a new challenge for you.
It is going to be a challenge for me personally. I will try to handle it to the best of my ability.
I like to challenge you as much as possible, Ben.
You do that very well.
Ben is Peter Jackson today.
That's either a compliment or an insult, depending on how you look at it.
The task before you.
Yeah. So what makes this actually super difficult is Yogalla, Therese, and Necator are essentially starting a new journey.
Yeah, we bounced.
We bailed. You know, you can sort of view if we were to define this into arcs. the Heavensburg arc is ending today, one way or another.
The second arc has begun, and Law chose 3 times to remain in the old arc.
Yes. DMing and narrating a large scale battle is difficult with Law. I want it to seem exciting and intense, and like there's a glimmer of hope without it feeling cheap. So we're gonna do our best. But yeah, if there are any problems, well, I'm sure you'll let me know. Anyway,
we leveled up in between,
and you did. They leveled up in between.
Level
So
4.
the way that we do experience in Tabletop
wrong,
Escapades, just to provide a little bit of context, is we don't. When they kill something, they don't get experience. It's not like a video game. So when I decide like a significant event has occurred, and you can kind of view the town as one big event. They have earned enough, they have seen enough, they have done enough to gain a level of experience. So it's kind of a nebulous way of doing it, but for me, it's less to keep track of.
It's
so
called the
cleaner
milestone system.
The milestone system, yep. So however you want to view it. Before we get into the big, exciting battle between Law, the city of Heavensburg, and the Nightingales, I want to shoot over to Yogalla, Therese, and Necator. So you're on the ship. You're sailing the only sea. You're following the mage's ship. A few hours have passed. The crew seems to be settled. No one is bothering you. And you're free to explore the ship as you please.
How big is this ship?
Also,
So-
we haven't slept in like 3 days.
Oh yeah, I would love to sleep.
I slept in that barn.
So wait, the captain just took the gold and is like, all right, I'll follow the other ship.
They talked about it. There's actually a sort of captain's quarters where you believe several of the prominent members of this crew are still discussing plans. But the lowly deckhands and things like that are kind of milling about, don't really have any say, so they're not paying too much attention to it, and they're not paying too much attention to you. How big is the ship was the question. It's a commercial-sized ship,
Ooh.
so it's fairly large.
Yeah.
It is not like a grand vassal or anything like that, but it's significantly.
Do we have a quarters, or where are we? Where did they put us?
They didn't put you anywhere.
Oh.
They kind
on
of left
the
you to defend
ship.
yourself.
Yeah.
Ah. Well,
They did not show you a room or anything like that. There is a crew quarters where you could try to maybe negotiate something, or maybe there's an open bed. You don't know.
well, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna turn back into myself after an hour. So if we found somewhere that was not around people, that would be good. Should we look around on the boat?
Yeah, we're on the deck, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go under. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, we're gonna
out
go
there.
under.
Yeah.
Explore.
Okay.
Below decks.
So you go down.
The brig.
Yes.
Nice.
Into the brig. And it gets pretty loud and rowdy. So these fishermen, they're playing cards, and there's a small crowd around them. They seem to be betting money.
No.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep throwing you in these situations. It's just what these sailors do. They like to gamble.
That seems right.
And you notice there are sort of cots behind them.
Movable cots?
They are movable, yes.
I go, how about we try to win us some of these cots and we can put them somewhere private?
Wait, way private. Do you expect to get a room as well?
No, just behind the cargo or something.
All right, Jane.
Be my guest.
If that happens, we'll have to have a conversation, but okay.
All right. What are they playing? Is it poker? Is it Gwent?
Oh,
They're playing Hearthstone.
They're playing Hearthstone.
One is a zoo deck. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cards work a little bit differently here in this world. They're
Oh.
not just, ace through king. They have shapes on them.
Aha.
And you're familiar with these shapes. So, the way that it works, I'm keeping this simple on purpose, so forgive me, is the different shapes have different values. And much like Gwent, when you play something, so you have a limited hand. You draw your hand initially, and when you play something, that thing has a value. And you bet based on that value. So it's kind of like war. You try to say you're either going to be above or below somebody, and you bet accordingly. And then you play a card, and then you win or lose based on that bet. But the way that it works is there's kind of a strategy to it. So you might like kind of goad them into overbetting initially, and then once you know they've lost a lot of their valuable cards, you'll play your high cards.
And you're playing cards intentionally. You can like see what you're holding.
Yeah, you're seeing what you're
okay.
holding. You're not playing blind cards.
Right.
You know what's in your hand, and
Right.
what's in your hand is a random assortment.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
could be a bunch of low cards, could be a bunch of high cards.
Right.
But basically, every single round, you kind of go in with the knowledge of something that they've played, and you bet accordingly.
Ben, this is actually a good game.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of into this.
I literally just made it up.
Well, it works.
So I was hoping there wasn't like any. I don't know. There's probably.
It kind
We'll
of
see.
works as a game.
It is a card game, so I zoned out.
That's fine.
Anyway.
Yep,
Uh,
that's fine.
Ouch, Brad.
I sit
Yeah, it's
down.
card games.
I
That's
sit
fine.
down and I say, "I'll play you for a cot."
Okay. So they're in the middle of a game
Well, when you're done.
as you say this, but once you say it, they're like, you just want a bed?
Yeah. If you're handing them out, I'd just take one. Yeah.
Now wait a minute. We're around here. We're on the sea, 10 months out of the year. We like to keep things exciting. We know you've got that big bag of gold.
Oh my
Well,
God.
my companion does. I personally have.
Yeah.
Uh,
200 gold if we win. You get a cot. And 100 gold if you win.
my two companions might want cots as well.
Yeah, what are we supposed to sleep on then?
If that's in the
Fine.
cards.
3 cots and 75 gold.
Yogalla.
Sounds like a deal to me.
I have, let me check my bag. 20 gold to contribute.
You got a deal.
Whoa!
All right,
Okay.
wait for this game to finish,
All right.
and then we'll play. So, since you haven't played this game before, but you are familiar with it. These sailors aren't the only people that have played it.
Yeah.
You guess you've got about 10 minutes before your game is up. Is there anything you'd like to do in that 10 minutes?
Not me.
I want to take my familiar somewhere private and do the little familiar ritual to make it a raven again.
How long does that take?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh.
My question is, Yogalla knows that Fig Zizi's been traveling with you.
Oh yeah, I'll deal with that in a minute.
Okay. So you have a plan there.
Yeah.
All right. So you go. This familiar ritual.
Uh-huh.
Do you have to do an incantation? Do you make sounds?
I
Is
think
there
I
any
just
visual
sit-
element?
I think I just sit and maybe do like a little thing. I can
Oh,
check.
no.
But I mean, I just like sit. It might look like I'm just meditating. Got a dog here in my mouth.
Okay. Well, while you look on that, we're gonna go to law in the battle.
Oh man.
We're gonna get this thing rolling.
Oh, okay.
So last
Here it
time,
comes.
Huge shift here.
huge shift. The biggest shift you could possibly imagine. Law. Last time you said that the men were to form a shield wall,
Yes.
an attempt to kind of block off the orcs from reaching the catapult, and you were going to stand behind them.
Yeah. Can I stand on the catapult?
So
Is that weird?
Like,
Yeah.
how do you want to
Never
stand in the
stopped you
catapult?
Just like on the beam. I just need a little leverage.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I want like an overhead.
the
view.
base of it is wide enough that you could stand like up on the base and it's
Okay.
off the ground.
Yeah, I want to
Is
do that.
Is that what you want?
Yeah,
Okay.
to kind of survey the surroundings.
Okay. There's not going to be a lot of time to survey, just to let you know.
Yeah, just to see what's basically in front of me.
Okay, sure.
The orcs. See how many we're dealing with here.
He is short. You're a short man.
Yeah, 4'6".
So you get up on the base, you hurriedly get on the base of the catapult.
Yeah.
You look, the men have completely formed the shield wall. The orcs are like barreling down on you super, super close. From the looks of it, they're not veering off course. They're just going to slam into the shield wall at full strength.
Okay. I'm gonna take my Molotov cocktail that I had,
Okay?
Oh my
Damn.
god. I actually did have a Molotov cocktail.
and I'm gonna throw it down on the orcs.
Wait, how'd you light it?
I asked the catapult people, light this!
Okay. So one of the
Nice.
men has a torch that he
Right.
uses to light
Yeah.
the balls of the catapult.
This actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Gah!
Okay. So you're going to throw this Molotov cocktail at the orcs. Are you going to try to throw it before they reach? You're not going to have a lot of time.
Just throw it in the mass of the orcs. However,
There is a chance, just so you know, that you could hit the men that you're leading right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, who formed the shield
Who
wall?
form the shield wall,
Uh-oh.
Got it.
depending on how successful your throw is.
Okay.
Just throw it.
Okay? So I'm going to have you make... it's basically an attack.
Okay.
But you're gonna be adding your dexterity. Well, yeah, you're gonna be adding your dexterity here.
Okay. It's up to the dice.
You know what? I'll give him my inspiration point for this roll.
Oh, you sure, Kyle?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I don't need it, can I give it back?
No.
Yeah. You
No.
can give each other points back, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I spent it.
The players are giving the points to each other, so he could, technically.
I cashed it in.
I
So I'm just
looked it
rolling.
up.
Okay.
Okay.
But players can give each other if
Huge roll right
but
here.
In the book it says if another player does a thing you really like, you can reward them with your own point of inspiration.
Got it.
The only thing I have no problem with other people
Yeah.
giving people points of inspiration, but I don't like the idea of being like, if I don't need it, can I give it back?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then
That's no
giving
fun.
it to them.
Right.
No stakes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
there's
keep
no
it.
there's
I'll
no
keep
consequence
it.
there.
No stakes.
So you can
Yeah,
you
thank
can
you.
freely trade inspiration points, but once you do that, you don't get to decide like, oh, I
Cool.
rolled well, so therefore I don't need
So
it.
you're saving it.
Yeah.
So I'm using, or I'm
No,
rolling,
yeah, yeah.
and then if I need to use it,
Okay.
I'll use it.
Okay.
If not, I'll keep it.
Yeah, but you can't give it back.
Won't give it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keepers.
And this is dexterity.
Keeper Sutherland.
Dexterity?
Get you waiting.
Yeah, I feel like this is something we should actually check. Holy shit!
Uh-oh.
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 What happened?
Can somebody just grab me a paper towel?
Was there a spill?
Welcome
Something.
to Tabletop
Sorry,
Escapades.
everybody.
Slight
Deal with
difficulties.
this.
We got a spill break.
We got a spill
We got a
break.
spill break.
Spill break.
We got a spill break.
All right.
Spill
We got a
The
spill
secret
break.
service.
Spill break.
We got a spill break.
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 That was the end.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg.
Nice. Heck yeah.
All right.
Hi,
Sorry, Brad.
I'm Steven Spielberg.
Hi.
You may know me
From-
from such films as Jurassic Spills.
Come play my
And
game, Blue
E-Spills.
Blocks.
Indiana
Exclusively
Jones
on the
and
Nintendo.
Bristol
Oh,
Spill.
what was that game he was gonna make that never came out?
Spill
With
blocks.
the alien in the diner?
It was like
We got
LMMO.
a spill
Yeah, what's cool?
break.
Spielberg.
My newest film, the BFS, is
BFG.
no.
That's the
Oh,
joke.
Yeah,
okay,
the big
I get it.
fucking
I'm sorry.
spill.
The big
It's about-
friendly spill.
It's about the Exxon Mobil company.
Nice.
A lot of that pollution.
Additionally,
In the
if you have
ocean.
inspiration, you can reward another player for good role playing, clever thinking, or simply doing something exciting in the game.
Exciting.
When
He was
another
doing something
player-
exciting.
Sick RP.
Character
Yeah.
does something that really contributes to the story in a fun and interesting way, you can give up your inspiration to give that character inspiration. But yeah, you
Yeah.
can only ever have
I'm
one.
inspired.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Inspired by
theoretically,
the gesture, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready
According to the
ready to
rules, like
fight.
We're gonna go with
We have to
dexterity
do it
for the
perfect.
Molotov cocktail.
All right,
Okay.
let's hear
finesse
it.
weapon.
21.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
That's a good chuck.
It's a great chuck, kid.
Good job. Got an arm on that kid.
All right, Huber, this was a smart decision, and it's gonna pay off in spades.
Yes.
So you throw the Molotov cocktail. It lands, hitting an orc dead center in his chest.
Yes.
He ignites in flames. He starts screaming a bloody, violent roar. The flames spread out and fan backward, causing chaos. Because he just stops, like they're charging. So these orcs can fucking move. They're fast, and so suddenly stopping, it causes a domino effect where some of the people in the line are unable to hold their footing. They like crash and fall down on the ground. Some of those that fall into the ground get hit by the flames and are like writhing in pain on the ground. The men, seeing this, are inspired.
Yes.
They move the shield wall forward and they start stabbing at the stranglers
Yes.
through the shield.
Yeah.
They're weak men! Push! Push!
Ben, I
Sorry.
have a question about the color of these flames.
Yes.
Has it changed?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
What is the status on the catapult reload?
So they're ready to fire again. They're loaded.
Aim at the troll! Fire! Fire!
Okay. I'm going to let you basically take control of this battle in the sense that even though you are not firing the catapult, you are commanding these men.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you roll for the catapult.
Okay.
Now, with the troll, I'm going to ask you an important question because
Yeah.
what the check is will change depending on your answer. Are you trying to hit something specific on the troll, like his face or the nightingale in his back or his arms or something? Or are you just trying to hit him in general?
Hit him in general, dead center.
Okay, you're just going to
Just-
try to hit him.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have you make a roll, please?
Here we go. Big money.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
Yeah. Nice.
What is it? Dexterity? Or just raw?
You're not adding any bonuses to
Okay.
this. Yeah.
15.
Or it could be charisma because it's his leadership doing it.
That is a very good idea.
No!
Just a suggestion.
No!
Oh yeah, you're bad
Very
at
good
that.
idea.
Never mind.
But we'll keep it raw.
Yeah.
Raw 15.
Okay.
I
That's
looked
good
at
news
my
for you.
charisma.
So,
Good inspiration.
Yes.
what ends up
Good
happening, this is actually important information because
crossed it off?
none of the two trolls have not been hit by the siege weapons yet. By the way, you haven't seen the other side fire the catapult yet.
Oh no,
So
they're
you don't know
swarming in on the other
Yeah.
side.
You don't know what that means.
GG.
What happens is the ball of flame hits the troll directly in the face, and it takes its hand and it's flailing around.
Yes.
However, the flames don't appear to be affecting the troll's skin. It's just him getting hit by the wood, and like these pieces of wood in his eyes that's bothering him more than the flame. The flame doesn't seem to be having much of an effect. Now I need to roll because this troll is flailing about wildly. I need to
damage.
see if the nightingale that's commanding him is staying in his seat.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh
roll.
man, here we go.
Come on,
Oh,
Nightingale.
please.
Come on, Nightingale. Get
Come
out
on,
of there.
Law. Come on, Law.
Get out of that seat.
So that was an 8.
It's gotta be good.
The nightingale loses his grip and
Yes.
falls screaming down on the ground. You hear, well, you don't hear it, but this is what happens. It creates a thud. The nightingale is no longer moving.
Yes.
So the thing that was commanding him is not commanding him anymore.
And the second, just to make sure, the second the catapult launches, I yell reload.
Okay.
Immediately.
Nice, dude.
Like
Yeah.
they didn't know.
Yeah, just to make sure.
One
Just
would
to
hope
keep
that-
the
yeah, one would
pressure up.
hope, but sure.
Yeah.
So, Law, it seems like the battle is going well for you so far. I have some additional news that I want you to think on. Okay?
Okay.
So, you had this stream of orcs charging at you. So there was about 50 of them.
Yeah.
Your Molotov cocktail probably interrupted about a third of that, and the first like chunk of those orcs has been effectively dealt with. There are a few stragglers here and there, but imagine like a second block is kind of moving around that, getting around that chaos and charging now toward the shield wall. You'll have to deal with that next.
Okay.
That's your big priority. I do want to give you some hope and a bit of good news. So it seems like something was going on. There was some sort of connection between the Nightingale and the troll. That seat wasn't just a commander's seat.
Troll ally.
Whoa.
The troll is now walking. That troll, there's another troll that is still being commanded by Nightingale. That troll is walking away from the battle.
Yes.
Nice.
So one of the trolls is
He doesn't
gone.
want to deal with
One
this.
down.
Yeah, he doesn't want to deal with this.
Correct.
Perfect.
All right.
If I was Hogger, I could just climb that thing.
Well,
You also have a broken arm. Still. Just putting that out there.
So we're back on the ship.
yeah.
The find familiar thing is verbal, Semitic, and material, but we don't worry about materials. So I have to like, oh shoot, never mind. Casting time 1 hour. So I don't
not
do
too
that.
bad.
But I tell the, the cat to kind of like perch and try to see the opponent's cards.
Mm.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juicy.
All right. So they finish up, and one of the sailors is cursing loudly. He's clearly the one that lost.
Yeah.
The one that was talking to you before. He's the one that won, and he beckons you over to the table. He says, "Which one of you dares face me?"
That'll be me.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at cards.
Nah, trust me on this one. You're good at your cats. I'm pretty good at cards.
Okay.
So
Is there anything to drink over here? I'm looking around.
you see, you actually see quite a few of them drinking ale from mugs. You're not sure where it's coming from, but they have cups of ale,
Okay.
so you can inquire about that.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to one and like, got any more of that?
How much you got on you?
Tell you what. If they win,
So you're doing side bets?
give you a small portion. Small.
It'll get you 1 cup. So they pour you a cup of ale. They're actually standing in front of a barrel.
Okay.
And they separate, and they crouch down, and they open the barrel and scoop out some ale and give it to you.
Cheers. All right.
All right. So, Therese / Ian, we're gonna try to do this
Okay.
in an interesting, hopefully effective way.
All right.
So,
Break out a deck of cards.
no.
Ben has queens on his shirt. I don't
Yeah.
trust it.
But I
Sorry.
can see the opponent. Well, my familiar can telepathically tell me all the cards that the opponent.
We're going to use dice to represent the cards.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to have 1d20,
Okay.
okay, 1d12,
Oh, okay.
1d10,
This is fun.
1d8, and 1d6. No other dice. Just those 5. Okay? We're actually going to try to play this game.
Okay.
Cool.
So, we take turns, okay? And the way that we're going to do this is we go until the first person runs out of die.
Okay.
And
Oh, so we're not rolling them. They're the number that
they're
they
the
are?
numbers, yeah.
I see.
And so we're going to alternate. So, like, if you get to go first, you get to say low or high.
Okay.
Okay? If I get to go first, I get to say low or high. And then from then on, we alternate. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to roll initially to see who goes first. Just roll a
All
d20.
right, all right.
I got a 20.
I got a 5.
Okay. So,
You go super first.
remember how I said the shapes represent different numerical values?
Yes.
That's going to be true here. So your d20 is your highest value.
Yes.
Your d12 is your second highest. D10.
I had guessed
D8.
that.
Yeah.
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 Smart.
So
This is a fun little thing. I like this.
I'm going to guess low.
Okay, so the thing is, you're right now in a competition to put out the lowest card
Correct.
because you said low.
Yes.
What if there's a tie?
If there's a tie, we
Reroll?
both get to keep, and it goes on to the next person's turn.
Okay,
So it's basically
this is a first to 3 points, basically. Then.
we go until the first person runs out of die.
Okay.
So
We'll
he's
see if that works.
he's saying low, meaning we both want to be lower than the other.
Yeah.
No. All that I'm saying is that I will put out a lower dice than you
Then
will.
I will.
Sure.
Yes.
Right.
'Kay.
But I know that he has the lowest die available.
Correct. You know that.
So I also can put out my lowest die.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So I do. Well, when do we do it?
We do it. Well, now I know what you're gonna do.
Well,
Yeah.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's obviously what I would do.
Okay. So we both put out
Yeah.
Okay.
Our 6.
Now it's your turn. You get to say low or high.
So I get to keep my 6, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say. See, I've detected a flaw here because if I say high, we'll both just do 20s.
Well, no. He went save his 20 to be more certain later on in the game.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay. So.
But yes, we could just go on forever if we chose to do that. But yes. But if you see, the thing is, if you win,
Yeah.
that you like. Think of it. Think like whether you win or you lose, you lose that dice.
Yeah.
So if
wait.
you
But if we both tie, we keep the die.
the only way that you keep the die
Is if you tie.
if
All right.
you tie.
Okay, so I'm gonna say high.
Okay.
And so wait, with the bird or with the cat looking, does it tell me what you're playing right before you play it? So could I theoretically like change my thing up or?
So your cat. So give me a description of how your cat is.
So the
for skin in
cat. So
here.
there's like you know.
Because you're playing at a table.
Right. So I was picturing there's like either like a stack of crates or like a rafter or like a swinging little like rope thing.
Sure.
The cat climbed up onto it and can
There is a
look
stack
over
of crates.
Yeah,
in the cat
so it's
can
like
see.
looking over his shoulder at his cards
Yep.
and then telling me everything that he's gonna play.
So you know that I'm gonna play a D10.
Okay, so I was gonna play a 12 anyway.
Okay. So,
So
we
now-
both lose that,
so
but
now
you
we-
win. So that's
Okay.
1 point for you.
Okay,
Okay. I'm gonna guess high.
okay. And so does my cat then...
Yes.
Okay, so does it tell me like what you're gonna...
You know I'm gonna play a D12.
Okay. So then I have to play my 20.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good game, Ben.
Okay.
Now you know he's got a D20 still. He can go
So
high.
he
on
has
anything.
a D20, he has a... Yeah.
He's got
so-
an instant point in his hand right
Yeah,
now.
he can beat me once for sure. But I
Cool.
can beat him every other time.
Yep.
So it's my turn, right?
Yep.
So I say... low,
Okay.
and then...
I'm gonna play a D6.
Alright, so am I. So we're going to keep our 6s.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna say high.
Alright, I know he's playing a 20.
20.
So I'm going to play my... Oh, shoot.
This is good. This is a good game.
So he's out of an 8 and a 12 and a 20.
Yes, you have to.
So
That's
I
the other
should
thing
play
about the
my
game that I
8.
should specify is they reveal their cards that are discarded,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what they have.
So I should play my 8 and get under your 20.
Okay.
Because the cat says
So
you're going to play a 20?
I have 1 point. You have 2 points.
You played your 20, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I have 2 points.
Okay.
So now, you've played your...
What have you played?
I've got my 12, my 20, and my 8.
Okay.
I think we both have a 10 and a 6 left.
I have an 8 and a 6 left.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, so you played your 10. All right, so I'm going to go high.
Okay.
Yeah. And I play my 10
Okay.
and beat you.
Okay.
And then do I win?
So I'm gonna say low. You only have a 6 left, right?
Right.
So in that state, it's over. Even though
'Cause I have
wasn't
3
the first one to
points.
run out of dice.
Yeah.
I'm sure this game is horribly flawed, but
I mean,
That's what-
it was actually kind of fun.
I think it would be
Yeah.
fun if you didn't peek.
right,
Yeah.
right. Because
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
we could actually
Yeah.
have to figure out the
Mind
strategy.
games.
Yep. Mind games. Okay.
But I'm playing D&D, baby.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
he's amazed because he's sort of the cart shark around here,
Right.
and he says, "All right, here's your gold." And he like pushes the gold coins towards you like a stack of poker
Uh-huh.
chips. Pick out the bets. Take whatever one you want,
All right.
whichever ones you want.
We can move them, right? We were going to move them so we don't bother you. We don't want to encroach on your space.
I mean, you can, but
We don't want to bother you and your men, is my thing. You know.
listen to me.
Yeah.
You may have won. You may have gotten some cots. But if you don't sleep in the same quarters, you're going to be seen as outsiders. When you came aboard this ship, when you bartered passage, you became part of us.
Excuse me, do you know who I am exactly?
Oh, Lord.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I am Yogalla, the greatest wizard of the land, and you owe me 100 gold.
Why?
It was 100 gold and a bunch of cots, I believe.
Was
Ah,
it 75?
75.
Oh, 75.
He gave me 75.
Oh, I'll be having that then.
What?
Since I was bankrolling you.
What?
I get
No,
all of that gold.
no, you
yes,
were.
I do. Yes,
I
I was.
won that.
With his coin.
Where's my coin?
Well, you didn't have to put anything up.
You'll go.
All right, fine, take it. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. Take
Okay,
it.
here's a couple of coins for you.
thanks.
2 coins.
Oh, the guy that gave me a drink. I flip him one gold.
Still more money than
I
I
flip
have.
him one gold coin.
That's your last coin.
I know.
All right.
They get mad at you and they said, "We thought we'd get a little bit more when you said a piece of the action."
Mate, I told you a small portion. And I made that very clear. And plus, I'm broke now.
Well, and also, if we're part of the crew,
Yeah.
shouldn't we drink
We're
with
family.
the crew?
Yeah.
And just to be clear, I'm not part of any of you.
I don't
Oh
know.
my god.
You're gonna have to learn some things the hard way. We're a bit of a rowdy crew. And the 2 men roll up their sleeves. They go, "This is how we settle disputes here.
Whoa.
You and me, one-on-one." There are 2 men, but the guy on the left motions to the guy on the right and he says, "Let's have a little bit of a barroom brawl."
Yes.
Ballroom brawl.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
Yes.
All right.
Before we get to the barroom brawl,
So jealous.
we're gonna go back to
You're having a war!
I love a good ballroom brawl though.
we're gonna go back to law.
Intimate.
Yeah.
So the second
Just picture it as a bunch
Wave,
of little
I guess,
brawls,
of
like
orcs
one after the other.
is coming. And you no longer have a Molotov cocktail, so you're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
need
not-
to devise a new plan.
Okay. How many orcs are charging right now? You said about a third are gone, so like
About a third are gone.
30-ish.
Yeah, that's a fair estimate.
Okay. Can I have the catapult aim for the charging orcs, or are they too close?
You can have an aim for them. It's going to be a really tough roll because they're, like I said, they're super fast, and the catapult is somewhat close to them.
Yeah.
There is a chance that it could hit, but I would say it's like a 75%, 25%.
25
Yeah.
that it does not hit,
25% that it does.
so it's way against me.
It's way against you.
Okay.
However,
back
if you
end.
do hit them with the catapult,
They're all gonna die.
that makes your life a lot easier. So it's a high risk, high reward sort of situation.
Okay. How far away is the other troll? Is he within range of the catapult?
So basically the way that the Nightingale army did it is they sent one of the trolls toward the north, your catapult, and then the other troll to the other catapult.
Yeah.
So they divided them.
So he's too far
What do you mean too far for what?
from my catapult.
You could hit him with the catapult can travel very far.
I'm gonna aim for the other troll.
So to aim at the other troll, it's going to take a little bit of time because so your catapult right now is sort of pointed north toward the gate
Yeah.
where the charging orcs have been coming in from.
Yeah.
In order to target the other troll, it's sort of like it's on the opposite side, so you're going to have to rotate the catapult. It's a big catapult. You can do it. You can aim at that troll, but it's going to take some time. However, doing that, despite the longer setup, it is more of a guaranteed hit than the charging orcs.
I'm gonna take the guarantee. I'm gonna try to bring that troll down and really even the odds in the city.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to need to rely on your men to hold the wall.
Okay.
Okay? So issue your orders.
I say, one troll is down, men. There's just one left. If we clear it, victory is within reach. Hold the line.
Okay.
Aim for the troll.
So, the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to have you make another charisma check. If you succeed, you will inspire your men, and they'll be more capable in battle.
Oh,
That's a 6.
So, you actually hear some dissent among the group, and they say, "What are you talking about, you madman? It's going to take forever to turn the catapult. We don't have time for that." So
Our lives were lost the moment this battle started.
No.
The least we can do is buy time for the citizens to escape.
Okay, so this is the last thing you're going to have time to say.
Okay.
So you're not going to be able to make any more persuasive arguments or anything like that once this is done.
Okay.
I'm going to have you make one more charisma check.
Don't count it. Don't count it. That's a reroll.
Don't count it. Reroll.
12.
Okay. So they're not necessarily aroused by what you're saying, but they did see you throw the Molotov cocktail. They did see you give them a chance, and so they're willing to listen to you. They're just not super happy about it.
Okay.
So they are rotating the catapult, and your men, the shield wall guys, kind of gird themselves for the second attack.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like to do to sort of help them defend against the rampaging orcs? Or are you just going to kind of...
If I help move the catapult, will that speed up the process?
I mean, the more men, the better. However, you don't have both hands, so, like, pushing this giant thing...
Yeah.
I mean, it will help. More men pushing it helps.
All right, I'm gonna push.
Okay, so the shield wall men are left to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So the fact that they see you helping push the catapult does encourage them a little bit. Sort of that leader getting into the thick of the fray thing helps. Go ahead and make a strength check for the catapult push.
Oh, sorry, Con.
One more.
10.
Okay, so you're not really adding a whole lot. It's turning at the pace it would normally would, even if you weren't there. But you're not negatively affecting it either. I'm gonna roll now to see how your shield wall men hold up.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Come
guys.
on, man.
Hold the line.
So, inspired by your previously successful attack, the surge of orcs crashes into the shield wall, trying to just brute force their way through. A few of your men fall as soon as the impact happens. It crashes into some of their shields, bending them and just crushing them, crushing their arms. Some of them fall, but for the most part, they manage to hold it. Right now, the orcs aren't leaking through, and they're doing what they can to stab their swords through their shields.
Yes.
And basically, what is happening is the orcs are pooling up. A few of them are falling, but it's basically this giant black mass that's at the shield wall right now.
God.
It looks like it could burst at any moment. Okay?
Oh my God.
It's going to take about another 5 minutes
5 minutes.
in-game time for the catapult to fully rotate.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
From what you can tell, the shield wall will not hold that entire time.
Okay, I see the men fall.
Mm-hmm.
And they're there. So I'm gonna go up and try to brace the wall. Brace
behind.
the men from behind.
So, the orcs are charging into it, and you're, preventing them from falling back?
Preventing the men from falling back.
Okay. So, I like this idea. I think it's a good idea. A couple of things that you need to know. It's going to be a high strength check, because even with support, there are multiple orcs charging repeatedly. Imagine just a speeding train just keeps hitting it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a lot of strength. You have disadvantage on this because you only have one arm available. The other thing is if you're not successful, there's a good chance that you'll be hit by an orc axe or something, further damaging yourself.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Goal line stand.
Can I
right here.
use... I'm gonna use patient defense.
Okay, what does this do?
That is 1 point of chi. I have 4, so I'll have 3 now.
Okay.
You can spend 1 chi point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn.
Okay.
So if anything happens, if I roll bad, or if the axe goes through, I'll be able to dodge it.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Sure.
Good thinking.
That is good thinking.
Okay.
All
Roll
right.
dice.
Remember, you have
Strength check.
disadvantage on this.
That's a 4,
That's a, yeah.
and that's a 21.
Well,
Take the 4.
4 it is.
So, this was not totally in vain. There was some benefit to it.
Patient
So-
defense.
You fail, but you kind of absorb one hit, and so the guy that you kind of get behind one soldier,
Yeah.
and if you weren't behind him, he would immediately fall. You still sort of take a hit. You fall down though. Now you're prone on the ground,
Oh God.
not able to absorb any more hits.
Okay.
Get
when
back
you,
up.
When you fall, the guy is hit again,
Oh no.
and he's tumbling toward you. You have a few seconds to try to do something to stop him from crushing you. Remember, he's in a full plate of armor, and he's falling toward your direction.
Good grief.
So high stakes, man.
That would be insane. Okay. I am going to. Can you, Ben? Can you explain how dash works?
So the way dashing works is in combat.
Yeah.
You basically sacrifice an action to move twice as far.
So that really wouldn't help. If I kind of like
Well-
dash.
In this case, you'd have to use your movement to stand up. So
Or
you can
roll.
stand and
Or
then
roll.
run.
Yeah. Okay.
You can roll. You can try to like
I'm gonna use
hop out of the way.
Step of the Wind.
Okay.
So another chi point, and I'm down to 2.
Okay.
I am going to get up,
Okay.
and then with Step of the Wind, I am going to use dash as a bonus action, and try to dash him back into the line.
Wait a minute.
Dash him back into
Yeah.
the line.
So you're gonna like try to get up super quickly,
Yeah.
and then like as he's falling, like run into him and push him back into the
Step
wall.
of the Wind. 1 chi point to take the dash action as a bonus action on your turn.
Okay. The tricky thing is because it's so many dudes, we haven't done like initiative rolls or anything like that, but it's I see what you're trying to do. So
Yeah.
just to get this straight,
Yeah.
you're on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna use your chi to do basically a not supernatural feat, but beyond normal capabilities feat. You're gonna very swiftly get up, and as he's falling, push him back into the line.
Yeah.
Like, kind of catch him and then drive him forward. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So,
It's costing him a chi point.
what
Start at
page is
2.
that ability on?
That is on 78 in the top right.
Third one down.
Third one down, called Step of the Wind.
Step of the wind.
Step of the wind.
And if you're unarmored, your move speed is 45. So you're hitting him with 90 feet of move speed.
Yeah, I
I
got a
don't-
lot of move speed.
I don't. Oh,
I
seven
don't know if it works like that.
He just explodes.
78.
I think I'm at 35 actually.
Yeah, but with unarmored, don't you?
All
Or
right.
did you already
So-
add
I
your
added
plus
it,
10?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The spirit of this ability, perhaps not a literal translation, but the spirit of this ability is you get to move extra quickly for one turn.
Yeah.
So we'll sort of bend it to our will here and apply it. The way that I'm gonna do this is that this ability allows you to do this. Without this ability, you couldn't have a chance of doing this at all.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to make a dexterity check to like do this, and then a strength check to push him forward. So you're gonna have to get 2 successive
God.
checks.
First comes the dex check.
15.
You pass.
Yes.
Now the strength check. Add all of your bonuses to this if you haven't been already.
He's been adding.
13.
That passes.
Okay.
Yes. Hold.
Like that's like by the skin of your teeth passes.
Yes.
Yeah. So here's what happens. He's falling and his back is, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Ugh!" As you take your arms and you move. And even though you only have one arm, you're
Yeah.
using both of them, even your broken one, to brace him and his armor. And you push him back into the wall. I have good news and bad news for you. An orc was just about to be the first one to break through. You slam him into the orc.
Oh.
It
He's
hurts
dead.
him.
He's dead.
And then the orc takes his axe and he slices off his head.
Oh
So
no.
you costed this man his life, but you held the wall just a little bit longer.
Hold, man.
You got a meat shield.
Yes. The catapult is fully turned,
Ooh.
ready to fire.
Fire.
Okay. Roll for the catapult.
Oh god, this is the battle.
This is battle right
This
here.
is huge.
That's a troll coming up.
Please. That's a 3.
That's a big old 3.
That's a 3.
So
It was a 19.
Yeah, and then just bobbles onto the 3.
Whop.
so here's what happens.
Oh no.
The giant ball of fire
Oh no.
overshoots the troll by just a bit and crashes into the wall, creating a massive hole on that side.
Oh,
There are still, so there are some of the orcs that see this, that are still north of the gate, that are being contained by that fire.
Yeah.
They're now moving around and going toward that hole.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna take a
And
bit
you've
to
got-
reload.
He's got 1 shot left.
No, that was 3. It had 3 shots. He shot all 3.
He shot the first one, and then he said the crate had 3 more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we got one more.
So he's got 1
Wait.
more.
Don't you have 2 more? Because there was 1 already in the catapult, and then the crate has 3. You've
He's
fired
shot
2.
3 times.
He's shot 3 times.
First one is create the
Orcs,
wall.
The
Second
wall,
one hits
second-
it.
Yeah,
control.
you're right. So
Two
you have
sides.
1 more shot. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh no!
One more
Law.
shot.
It's time to run.
Law never runs,
Ugh.
apparently, even when it makes sense.
Become a coward.
He also never lies.
Holden never
Except
lies.
for when he needs
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, but he
Well,
does
Law
lie.
does
He
too.
lies.
He's a sociopath.
yeah, Law is out of his damn mind. is
Think of
what he
Pepe.
is.
You gotta find Pepe, dude.
We're gonna cut back to the ship,
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
to our
Yeah.
barroom brawl.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Here we go.
so
Here we go.
jealous.
All right, so here's how we're gonna do this fight. Basically, the men have created a ring around you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just you two in the
Me
ring.
too. I'm in that ring.
Yeah,
everyone's in the
yeah.
ring.
Yeah.
But like creating the ring, you're not actually in the center of it the way.
Oh
these
no,
We
no,
are,
no.
yeah.
Like I'm like with it, like a cheering on.
Yeah, you're like-
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
So the way that we're gonna do this is we're gonna make unarmed attacks at each other. The first one to land 3 punches goes
Wins.
down.
Okay.
Nice. KO.
Okay.
What determines the punches?
So it's gonna be like a regular attack.
Oh, okay.
So would he be Dex?
Yeah, wouldn't I my dex? Because that's what I do for attack.
So for finesse weapons, for weapons that are finesse, you can use dex.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think your fist,
Okay.
but I wonder if as a rogue you have an ability that makes anything finesse. I feel like I saw that somewhere, but I could be totally wrong.
Need a hit.
It's time to flee.
Need a hit.
It's time to flee.
God.
It's just,
You know what? I'm gonna allow it.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
Just cheering on all the men and just go like, okay, come on.
Bye, guys.
You can-
We're all
you can-
dead.
See you later.
We died the
So,
moment they came.
D6.
Goodbye.
You can, no. So you're gonna roll a d20 to attack,
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
the si- okay. Gotcha.
and we'll just take turns.
Okay.
Okay.
And I want you to narrate how you're approaching this fight.
All right. So I roll up my sleeves,
Mm-hmm.
shake my hands like this,
Yep.
put my hands up,
Okay.
and I'll roll.
All right.
Come on, Brad. You got this.
Is he fighting a human, by the way?
Yeah, he's fighting a human.
Okay.
12 plus 5.
That's a hit.
17. Left hook. Bam! Right in the middle of his nose.
Whoa.
You break his nose. Blood squirts out. It's the first hit.
Okay. Now do you roll?
He tries to do an uppercut right on your chin in retaliation. So you like hit him and he goes, ugh,
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
no.
himself.
So you just go back like that.
Dodge it.
So when you do the uppercut,
No, he does it?
yeah, no, sorry. When he does the uppercut, he spins around and he loses his footing and he stumbles, giving you a free hit.
Oh,
Take
shit.
it. Take the shot.
Nice.
So you're two hits ahead. He hasn't laid a finger on you yet.
Okay.
In a desperation attempt, so he goes like this. You hit him.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to do
Swing
a left
again?
hook.
Yeah.
Yep. He's
Okay.
swinging right at your face. What is your armor class?
14?
Oh, nice, dude.
He hits you
Okay.
just
Oh.
barely,
Gah! Where's he hit me?
right on the side, right in your. Yep.
Come on.
Okay.
Now I roll.
Yep.
Okay. 8 plus 5, 13.
That hits. So this is the knockout punch, Brad.
Give him like the meanest wind back. Swing like that, hits him on the side of the face. Can I follow through with the punch? And he just goes right on the ground.
So all of the men are cheering you on at this point.
They're all into it.
Yeah, they are. They're all into it. They usually the sailors fight very sloppily. They're sloppy fighters. You, however, are moving with like grace and efficiency. Like you're really good at this. And the other guy. So there were 2 buddies that you promised the coin to.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up with the 2 coins that you gave him. He puts them in your hand and he says, "This is how things work here." And he walks away.
I think I'll fit right in.
I feel so bad we're having jolly pirate adventures. While Allah is
He chose that life.
made
He
his
chose
choice.
that life.
He made his choice 3
We're
times.
having the best time on this boat.
I'm jealous.
Actually, I'm really nervous because
so
the second I go
jealous.
to sleep, they're gonna see that I'm a woman,
Nah, that's good.
Don't
That's
give Ben
good.
ideas.
and they're gonna freak out.
Could be having a pint, getting in barroom brawls.
The dream. Can you imagine if we teamed up right there? Man,
You made your choice,
you
Law.
blew it.
So there's clearly an air of respect there that wasn't there before
Nice.
for the entirety of your group.
Nice.
And they're kind of like, it's clear that the ballroom brawl was kind of a crunch. They're done playing cards. They're done fighting. They kind of just go over to their cots and they're getting ready to sleep.
I want to help the guy up that I knocked down
Nice.
after the fight.
Classy.
You offer him a hand.
Yeah.
He takes it and he says, "You're all right."
I love these guys.
Yeah.
You're all right.
Are they just like sailors or like pirates or like what are they exactly?
So they're fishermen.
Okay.
They're just commercial fishermen.
Cool.
They are not pirates. If
Cool.
they were attacked, it would be difficult for them to defend themselves. I mean, they
Gotcha.
have some weapons, but
Yeah,
they're
they got
not
like fishing.
they're not
supplies or-
trained
Gotcha.
soldiers by
Okay.
any means.
Cool.
Yeah. However, you don't know how all these fishermen got here. You don't know their backgrounds. You don't know what they know and don't know. So that's something to keep in mind.
Dread's here on the boat.
Whoa. Lost him back.
I wasn't trying to imply that like this major character is just hanging out.
Dread's the captain.
This,
Yeah.
this fishing
Captain
boat.
Dread. Sir. So do we like move our cots to be next to each other at least?
So they're before they were like weirded
Weirded
out
out.
that you guys were gonna like move the cots, but now they respect you. They're kind of gonna let you do what you want to a reasonable degree. You can move the cots wherever you want to.
I want to
Okay.
keep mine among the men.
I like that move.
I mean, they're gonna spaz if they see who I really am. So
Sure.
like, I gotta like hide my cot behind like some crates or something.
I'm gonna tell him that he's just kind of a shy old man. Just
Yeah.
needs a space.
Yeah.
Oh, me too?
Are you going with me?
Why
Do you want it?
Oh, I forgot you're a man now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah.
45-year-old
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
Franklin. Yeah.
Franklin James.
Like, don't worry about him.
But
He
when I
just
go to
kinda needs
sleep
his
after
space
an
a little.
hour, it's gonna wear off.
Yeah.
He's just very private man.
Because
But he's good. He's a good lad.
Are you sure you're all done playing cards for the night?
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, the stakes are right. You can always be coerced into a few more rounds.
Actually, you know what? I really need some sleep first.
we
sorry
haven't
for-
slept in 3
I'm
days.
sorry for suggesting.
I thought we had another
No,
game.
I really do. I might fall asleep. I just curl up on the floor.
You
you don't even
I
get in
want
the
you a
cot?
No,
cot.
I don't need a cot.
Sleeping like a cat?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's okay.
I
Oh,
tried.
interesting.
with the golds in my belly.
Yeah.
That's what I
like
mean.
a wrapped.
Yeah. Like cot is like I'm not protecting it enough. Yeah.
So you're like in the fetal position around this giant bag of gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've reduced it to one bag, by the way, because I'm at like half
You
the money. I
spent a
had.
lot of
Sure.
money, yeah.
Yeah, getting us on this boat.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
So all of you kind of call it a night and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm somewhere private.
Well,
Not a thought passes my mind about what's happening with Law, by the way.
good to know.
I do.
Yeah?
I hope that duel's alright.
So, Therese, do you kind of scout around for a private area?
Yeah, I try to like look behind if there's just like it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be like shielded so that. And do the cots have blankets on them? You know,
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They have wool blankets.
because I tried to make this guy about my same size and shape, so
Yeah.
like if anyone touched me, it wouldn't be obvious. So yeah, I'll just cover myself up with blankets.
So, the best place for you to kind of get some privacy is there is sort of a cafeteria that the sailors go and eat at, but they have excess food that is kind of piled up this is kind of like the rec area, the crew quarters.
Uh-huh.
They have food kind of piled up in the back, south of you, and you could kind of go and hide behind this piled up food.
Okay, I kind of do. I take my cot over there, I guess.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
All right. It's time to go back to the battle.
Get to the action, baby.
There was something that I wanted to say in the beginning about this battle that I didn't get to say. That I think is important to understand because it's something I want to accomplish with this campaign. Regardless of how this battle goes, if you hold the line and manage to survive, or if you lose and taken prisoner or die, this is an event that will shape the overall storyline.
Yes.
So we have major players here.
Consequences.
Yeah, so these Nightingales are trying to overtake Esserim, right? If they gain a foothold here, that's going to make them more powerful.
Mhm.
That means they're going to be more capable at working against you guys. So this really alters the course of things. However, if they're not successful here, it's going to disrupt them. It's going to make your lives easier. So that's something I just want to say. It's going to change the tone of things.
Help us out, Huber.
Fight Owen's fight.
Trying. Where the hell is the Baron, and what is the deal with the other catapult?
Uh-oh.
Well, let me just say this, because you can't see the Baron, you don't know where he is right now. I can
Okay.
tell you, this is the information that I can tell you as a player.
Okay.
The Baron is fighting with his men.
Okay.
If you had landed that catapult hit, you would know what the Baron is up to.
Whoa.
We have
Damn.
one shot left.
You have one shot left. It's going to take a couple of minutes
Okay.
to reload. So you've got, the orcs are getting dangerously close to breaking through.
Okay.
It's clear you need to do something, some sort of last-ditch effort to hold the line, or to let them through and fight them off. Like, they're going to break through very soon.
Okay. We've got one shot left, men! Make it count! Aim for the troll!
Okay? So they're going to reload.
Yeah.
Are you
it's
going to
already
do-
moved, right?
It's already moved. They don't have
Good.
to move it anymore. Yep,
Good,
that's
good, good.
correct.
Okay.
So, but it's going to take a little bit of time for it to reload.
Okay.
I'm being generous with the catapults, but yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to reload.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything with the shield wall, men? Is there anything you want to do with that, or you just want whatever happens to happen?
Are you still holding up that corpse? That headless
Yeah,
corpse?
yeah.
The meat shield.
The meat
Do
shield.
I have the corpse? I'm like holding the corpse?
So you can try to hold on to the corpse if you want. You can try to use it as a meat shield, but all life has gone out of that. It's not standing on its own. You have to exert effort into holding it like up and using
Can I
its
take
body.
the shield?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna take the shield
Okay.
and join the line.
Nice.
Okay.
And I want to, Probably wouldn't do anything. Couldn't, like, throw the corpse at him.
Bro,
Your
don't.
other arm
Yeah.
is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
don't.
I'm gonna hold the line.
Yeah. The Molotov made sense for you to throw, but
Yeah.
like throwing a body,
Yeah.
it'd be tough.
Especially while you're holding a
So
shield.
you're gonna
They'll just
take up
trample over it.
this shield,
Yeah.
and you're gonna join the line. You're gonna be on the front
Yeah.
end of things. Okay.
Yeah.
So your other arm is broken. You're not gonna be able to pick up a sword. So you're kind of going all in on the shield.
Yeah.
All right. So here's how we're gonna do this.
Okay.
Oh man.
The orcs are gonna crash into you.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be up to your sheer strength to hold them back.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, they're gonna knock you over and spill through,
Okay.
attacking those that are arming the catapult. It all comes down to this. And again, this is going to be a tough check. Or tougher than some of the other ones. I want to make it reasonable.
Just want to make sure because of martial arts, I can use dexterity instead of strength for attack and damage rolls of your unarmed strikes and monk weapons.
But your strength is higher than Dex, isn't it?
No. My dex is stronger, so can I use dex in place of the strength because I'm a monk?
The only thing here, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, it's
Yeah.
just you're not attacking.
Okay.
Basically, you're using your power, your physical strength, to stop an attack.
And I'm not unarmed actually, so yeah.
Yeah,
works.
you're also not like the reason that works is like you're using your dexterity to do like quick strikes.
Yeah.
You're just standing in place. You're fortifying yourself.
This is
Okay.
straight up a strength check.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. What's your strength? Just out of curiosity.
14 plus 2.
Okay.
19!
Nice.
Needed that!
Yeah.
So
Finally!
miraculously, the line is able to hold. You feel the orcs crashing into you. They're swinging their axes. In fact, one of the orcs digs his axe in and it cuts your arm, and you still manage to hold despite the pain, despite the blood, despite people to your right and left screaming in your ear, despite the explosion of the battlefield. You managed to dig your feet in and hold your ground. The men are ready to fire the catapult.
Firemen, hurry!
This is the last ball that you have.
Yes. Hit it.
Make it
Hit
count,
that
dude.
troll.
Okay.
Hit that troll.
Make it count, dude. Let's go.
Big roll. Big money. Big money.
That's an 8.
Uh-oh.
What will happen
Oh no! Oh no!
with the
Huber has
ball
to come back next month.
of fire? Will Law manage to survive the battle? We will tell you the final results and Law's fate on the next episode of Tabletop Escapades.
Oh my god.
And we'll be having fun at this on the high seas.
Sweet daily adventure.